Well, this news comes from the Mono County Sheriff's Department. Public Information Officer Jennifer Hansen gave us the word that over the course of the last week, the Sheriff's Office has handled a wide range of calls involving drugs, firearms, possible DUI. And here they go. On Tuesday, April 23rd, patrol deputies conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle in the town of Walker for speed, and an investigation of the vehicle ended up with one subject, Ricardo Galicia Osuna, 19 of South Lake Tahoe, being placed under arrest for possession of cocaine and other various charges. Also on Tuesday, patrol deputies made a traffic stop on a vehicle inbound on Highway 203 near Mammoth Lakes. And upon contacting those people in the vehicle and an investigation, there were arrests. Abigail Bateman of San Diego placed under arrest for possession of cocaine, possession of prescription narcotics without a prescription, and other various charges. On Thursday, April 25th, patrol deputies and CHP stopped a vehicle near the intersection of 395 and 203 for illegal window tinting. And on investigation, they placed the driver, Dylan Prieto, 20 of Murrieta, California, under arrest for allegedly driving under the influence. Also on Thursday, patrol deputies made a stop on a vehicle, again near the intersection of 395 and 203, for non-functioning vehicle lights, and investigation led to some arrests. Ms. Andrea Francis, 34, and Demorio Williams, 40, both residents of Reno, Nevada, arrested for possession of a stolen firearm, felon in possession of a firearm, receiving stolen property, and various other charges. Then Saturday, April 27th, patrol deputies responded to a capsized vessel in June Lake. A 50-year-old man from Mount Baldy had rented a boat from the Big Rock Marina, and officers said he inadvertently fell out of the boat into the lake and then overturned the boat. The boat was saved. The loose tackle and everything in the boat, though, were lost. The man did not sustain any injuries. Also on Saturday, patrol deputies conducted a stop on a vehicle near the McGee Creek Caltrans station for speeding, and that stop resulted in an arrest of the driver, Mario Salazar, 32, of Bishop, for allegedly being under the influence. The passenger, Alex Lujano, 32, of Bishop, was arrested for violating his parole terms. And there's more. Most of these are related to vehicle stops. Monett and Mono County Sheriff's deputies with Mammoth Police and Mono County paramedics concluded a narcotics investigation at Motel 6 in Mammoth. Two subjects, apparently a married couple, Jesse Lovell, 20, and Korea Lovell, 22, both of Anaheim, were arrested for possession and possession for sales of methamphetamine and heroin, and numerous other charges. Sunday, April 28th, patrol deputies responded to Bridgeport on a report of a grand theft. A possible suspect was identified. It was believed the suspect was possibly armed with a handgun. Shortly after gathering this information, the suspect vehicle was seen in Bridgeport. A high-risk traffic stop was conducted. The driver identified as Paul Harlow, 37, of Fernley, Nevada. And the victims positively identified him as the suspect they believe had committed the crime. More investigation led to stolen items, officers said, like fishing gear, cell phones, and a loaded .357 handgun. During the investigation, a second victim contacted the sheriff's office and ultimately identified stolen property recovered from Harlow's vehicle. So he was arrested for grand theft, possession of a loaded firearm, possession of narcotics, and other charges. Wow. A busy week for Mono Sheriff's deputies, who also arrested 5 individuals for various warrants. 3 on patrol boats had numerous contacts on the water, and there's a coroner investigation in the Walker area, but it appears to be a local resident who died from natural causes. And in Bishop, at North Sierra Highway at Barlow Lane on Monday, Bishop police stopped a man for what they called a minor traffic infraction. Officers said they conducted a search of the vehicle, confiscated illegal narcotics, and arrested the driver and 2 passengers. Police said officers recovered a scale, plastic containers, stash cans, packaging materials, and numerous illegal narcotics. 126 ecstasy pills, 100 hydrocodone pills, 14 testosterone pills, 7.4 grams of cocaine, and 184 grams of marijuana. Arrested were Raymond Luis Rodriguez, 25, of Upland, California, Tony Laurel Zarata, 27, of Azusa, and Kai Ta, 38, of Alta Loma. Police said these 3 individuals were arrested for possession of marijuana for sale, possession of narcotics for sale, and transportation of a controlled substance. They were taken to the Inyo County Jail. And Dan Brady, spokesperson for Southern California Edison, talked to the Bishop City Council lately about an issue that affects both Inyo and Mono County Edison customers, and it's related to the disastrous windstorm in the San Gabriel Valley in late 2011. Edison was investigated for their response to that disaster, and it was determined that they had inadequate communication policies, and power poles weren't in very good shape either. 248 went down. So since then, Edison has come up with improved communication plans and more. Brady of Edison talked to the Bishop City Council about these improvements, and he said Edison is making a better effort at communicating to government officials about long-term power outages. And he said as the result of that San Gabriel windstorm, he said that Edison is doing a better job with their communications. There was a report Edison conducted, again, that said there were inadequate plans in place for emergency communications. So Brady said that Edison has implemented training for the incident command system, which many cities and counties like ours right here use. He said the idea is to communicate with, quote, one voice and the same words. He also said Edison has conducted flash comm drills, which are basically emails sent out in a drill fashion to officials as if it were a real emergency. He said, again, this would apply to large-scale events. As for the performance of Edison systems here in the Eastern Sierra, mostly in Bishop and Mammoth, some in Big Pine, and some further north, Brady said, we've done really well. In the last couple of years, the system is holding up well. He said there have not been a lot of unplanned outages, and there are more improvements in store. Brady said last year Edison changed out 25 power poles in Inyo and Mono, and this year they plan to change out 99 power poles. And Brady said he will be doing outreach to community groups about electricity safety for first responders. He had planned to meet with the Mammoth Lakes Fire Department, and next month the CERT group in Mammoth Lakes. Plus, Edison now has a mobile app for smartphones that would allow you to track power outages. Brady said they'll be using more social media to help communicate with people. All right, in Mammoth Community Water District, a potential water shortage resolution has been approved by the Board of Directors, a resolution declaring a threat of a water shortage and level 1 water restrictions. Of course, this kind of year, a dry year, can lead to this eventuality. The resolution was initially passed in April 2012 after measurements of the April 1st snowpack water content showed that water supply was just 47% of normal. Following a dry and warmer summer and a decline in groundwater level, the board enacted the level 1 water restrictions. At the April 22nd meeting this year, district staff reported to the board that the Mammoth Pass region was fortunate to receive a relatively high snowpack, 82% of normal, compared with the much lower statewide average. Plus, the staff described that despite last year's low runoff and extended irrigation season, water deliveries this year are expected to remain reliable, although groundwater aquifers are expected to drop or remain stable. Well, based on the aquifer conditions, weather forecasts, and other factors, the board determined the community would be best served by protecting the water supply, maintaining level 1 restrictions. Director Tom Cage said that the board should encourage people to remain mindful of the state's water situation and support water conservation when and wherever possible. So the level 1 restrictions are in effect for all Mammoth Community Water District customers. The board's requesting all customers voluntarily reduce their normal water use by 10%. Outdoor irrigation makes up most of the water use, so that's where the changes will come in. Please go to our website, sierrawave.net, for specifics about how to get to the needed water savings. We'll go to a break, be right back with weather.